Good morning to my early risers. Welcome to the Encrypted Connections Morning Show. I am your host, Kyle. Unfortunately, this morning we do not have a walk. We don't have a walk, we have a ride. The reason we have a ride, not a walk, is because it's raining outside. It's cold, it's rainy, it's crappy, it's it's all that. Plus, it's Maverick's day to sleep in. It's the weekend. He sleeps in. Emma doesn't have school, so he gets to go back to bed after he has his breakfast, which is good for everybody because I get a little extra work done usually. Either that or I might just take a short nap. But anyway, so not a walk, a ride on account of rain. I'm hoping it slows down or stops. Good morning, Mike, brother. I sent you an email, man. I finished it. I had to do it in a couple parts because I just always run out of time to do everything all in one shot. So I sent it to you last night, brother. Also, thank you very much. But check out the email, man. Good morning, Carson. Good morning, Laura. Man, I think I need glasses. I can't read it from back here. So yeah, morning drive instead of walk. Crappy weather. I was hoping it was going to subside. I think it's going to be on and off all day, which is probably going to put a damper on things as far as going to Gunjiwamp. Gunjiwamp is kind of, there's swampy areas there, and there's those chambers that I want to go into. So a couple of them you got to get down on the ground and like kind of crawl in. So if it's all wet and mucky and nasty, I don't want to do that today. I'll just save it for tomorrow. Maybe I'll be able to get my buddy Brandon to go, the Archangel 2122 from the chat. He said he had Sunday off. I don't know if I'll go to Patchogue today either. I'm not sure. I may. It just depends. Patchogue I can get away with a little bit because I'm just walking and it's not as swampy as the Gunjiwamp properties, the surrounding properties are. Obviously there are parts of Patchogue that are, but not like Gunjiwamp apparently is. So, can everyone hear me? Can you hear me? I don't know. I always forget if I turn my Bluetooth on or off. Yeah, you can hear me? Okay. Okay, good. The Bluetooth is off. Morning. Freaky fresh. I got some awesome guest news last night. And I think you guys are going to be excited as well. I know at least some of you will be, because some of you have been asking about this gentleman for a while. And I had tried and things just didn't seem to be lining up properly, but the stars have aligned, and Robert from Swan Lake Bigfoot has agreed to come on the show. I'm so excited to talk to him. I love this guy. I love this gentleman. I love his approach. I love his demeanor. I love his attitude. You want to talk about somebody who has absolutely no ego involved in what he does. Zero. It might even be negative numbers for him. Just no lick of ego whatsoever. What he does is purely for the love of the subject and for the respect of the forest beings that he has. Obviously, he is of Native American descent. His mother, I believe, was full-blooded. And his respect for the forest people runs deep. He has some amazing stuff, evidence-wise, and amazing stuff, amazing interactions with them. It's going to be a really, really, really cool show. I'm excited. We haven't nailed a date yet. I'm waiting to hear back from him. He gave me a little overview of what, when would be good for him. And I told him what I tell everybody else. I don't have days that I do the show. I keep it open. That way it works for my guests. Whatever day they can do it, that's when I do it. The only thing I like to do is keep the show on in the evenings. So we're waiting to hear back to see when it looks like he can do it. He's got some animals at his farm, his ranch, that are giving birth to babies soon, so he's going to be busy with them, and then he was busy with all kinds of other stuff. The channel obviously takes up a lot of his time. But Robert will be on the show. Super excited. Super excited. Yeah, I love Robert, man. I'm with you, Laura. I'm with you. Wendy, hello, how are you? Yeah, fresh, right? Isn't that dope? Isn't that dope? We talked about this quite a bit. Yeah, so much warmth. So much warmth. It's just such a good soul. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited. He's a great guy. He's a great guy. Hold on, sorry, I got somebody riding my ass in the rain. I don't get it. People are idiots, always in such a rush, and then that's how you crash. That's how you crash. So, that's very exciting news. No, I still haven't heard from Miguel, man. I'm bummed out. I'm super bummed out. I really wanted to talk to Miguel. I gotta move this thing closer. Sorry, just for now, you're gonna have to have this view. I really wanted to talk to Miguel. Another one I thought was really good. Has a good channel. And I've gotten no response, sadly. I know he's busy. I know he's pumping out content. And I know he's doing most, if not all of it, on his own. He doesn't have someone who films him. He doesn't have someone who edits for him, from what I know. That takes up a lot of your time. A lot. So I hope to hear from him. I'd really love to have Miguel on the show also, from Sasquatch Theory. Like I said, Joe and Jesse from Hellbent Holler are on this Sunday at 7 p.m. That's another team that I was so excited to have on the show. Love what they do. I admire their work. They're extremely fun to watch. Creepy stuff going on out in the LBL, which is like one of their primary investigatory areas over the last year or so. And who doesn't want to go to the LBL? if you're part of this subject. I mean, I know I do. So to tag along with them is really cool. It's going to be really fun, that show. Who else? I hope he does, man. I hope he does. I hope he does come on. I'm trying to think of who else. Oh yeah, I gotta get back in touch with Mr. Martin Groves. He was actually out with Joe and Jesse last weekend. If you haven't watched that video, I suggest you go watch that video. Some creepy stuff out there. And Mr. Martin Groves, what a sweet guy. He's agreed to come on the show. He's working on his book, so I got to figure out when abouts that'll be done and when he'll be free to do it. Who else? I can't remember, man. I've messaged so many people in the last week and a half. It's crazy. And I just can't remember who. Obviously, Mark Copeland, Livewire from, he was on Bigfoot Odyssey. He was the last actual Odyssey that they did. If you remember, he had all kinds of crazy activity at his house. Crazy stuff. He's coming on next week. And, yeah, and I gotta reach back out to Barry Webster from Res Squatching, get him on, get a date lined up for him. There's just a lot. There's a lot. Barton Nunnally, I sent a message to him, and man, who else? I don't remember. It's been a lot. I don't know, buddy. I'm not sure. It's raining here. It's been raining since last night. It's not only raining, it's cold. It's 36 degrees. It should be snow, but it's all rain, so it's super cold rain. I don't think I'll be going to Gunjiwamp today. If the rain slows down or stops, it's supposed to be on and off all day. Of course, you can't rely on the weather in New England because it changes so rapidly. But if it slows down or stops, there's a chance I may go to Patchogue, because I can get away with that, being in the woods there, having some cover with the canopy from the rain if it's slow enough, or if it's just a drizzle, so I won't get soaked. Gunjiwamp, on the other hand, is already a swampy area surrounding where the megaliths are. And then they also have the chambers that I want to go into, which some you have to crawl into. So if it's all wet and nasty, like I can't do that today, I'll just go tomorrow instead. So Patchogue is questionable today. Gunjiwamp is definitely a no today, but Gunjiwamp is 100% happening tomorrow. How's the roads? The roads here are fine. It's just wet. There's no freezing going on where I'm at. Nothing at all. Just heavy winds. Lots of wind. It was blowing all night long. It woke me up multiple times. It was so loud. Garbage cans blowing over, and yeah, it was a mess. Lots of wind. I got up this morning. I had to go down and feed Princess, and she was hunkered down in her garage area, and I had put pallets up in front of the openings to make sure that she could get in and out, and she could walk in between the slots of the pallets. But that coyote would not go back in there, and the wind had blown them right over. So I had to put them back up and secure them in place, and get her all taken care of with her food and her treats. I just love that little girl so much. I love her so much. She hears me coming. She hears my feet because I walk in such a way on the pavement that part of my feet like will scuff it a little bit, and she knows it's me coming from from quite a ways down the road, and she'll come running out, meowing. She's a sweetie. I love that little kitty. So anyway, yeah, it just rain here. Nothing exciting. I was really excited yesterday when I heard the first forecast. Let me put this back up. When I heard the first forecast, I'm just making loops here. I'll give you this view instead. I know you're sick of looking at me. I've been making loops in this area for the last 30 minutes. When I heard the first forecast yesterday, I heard, oh, it's going to snow for 23 hours. And I'm like, what? 23 hours? We're going to get a bunch of snow. And they were talking about how it was going to be so heavy at times. And I'm like, yes, nice, good snow. And no, it didn't happen. We got nothing but rain and wind. And now we're left with a gray, wet, cloudy day. Which I don't mind. I don't mind the rain, but it does mess things up when you're trying to go out in the woods. But hey, that's life. It's the worst of my problems. I'm doing good. Doing good. But anyway, that's that. I have talked to the winners of the random drawing. I've emailed you guys back, Greg and Bigfoot Littlefoot, and also Sandy. I've been in contact with them. I've gotten your info. I got to pass Greg's info on to Bigfoot Lake so he can mail that book out. Then she's got a house. She's got everything she needs. She's just very stubborn. She's super stubborn, man. I have two wooden houses. Big. One's gigantic. One's huge. The other one's still big. Shingled roof. Siding on it. I mean, she has everything she needs. She gets stubborn and she goes, sleeps in these areas where she doesn't need to. She could be sleeping somewhere that's much safer, but I don't get it. I don't understand. It's just been recently that she's been doing this. But she's got houses that no coyote can get into. She can get in and out from the front and the back. Nothing else can fit in there. I've got heating pads for her. I've got a stand-up heater that's made to put on your porch that I aim right at the house. It's adjustable. You can raise it and lower it. Blankets, straw. She's got everything. Trust me. She chooses to go to these places. I don't know why. But today she's been in one of the houses in the garage that I put at her quote-unquote owner's house, the owner that hasn't cared for her in years. But she still feels safe in that garage for some reason. I don't know why. So she was in that house today when I went over there. That's up high. Nothing can get to her. But still. Yeah, she's got it all. She's got 3 or 4 houses total, heating pads, chairs, blankets, cushions. She just chooses whatever. She chooses where she wants to go. She's just a stubborn old girl. She's used to doing things her way. She used to sleep on my porch every single day. And then she just decided she was not going to do that anymore. She's a brat. I argue with her all the time. I talk to her like a person. And I'm like, why are you doing this? Why don't you just come lay on the porch? Nobody will bother you here. But she don't listen. Well, sometimes she does. She's the best. I love her. But anyway, guys, I'm about to go home. I've been looping this block for quite a while. I just wanted to fill you in about the Robert news and the fact that Gunji Womp's probably not going to happen today. Patchogue might, but Gunji Womp won't. I'll keep you posted. Keep an eye out for a community tab post, and I'll see you all soon. All right? Have a great day. Have a wonderful weekend. I love you. Peace and chicken grease. I'm out.